Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good midday, whenever you're looking at this. Today, I just started my day. It's early in the morning. Um, I'm trying to make this short and sweet. Y'all know I can't do that. It's impossible, but I'm going to try. I got two major projects to do today. One is I want to get my oil changed in the van. I'm going to do it myself. Probably won't show very much of it because, well, I'm bending the rules a little bit. The area I'm in, I'm where I'm always at. I'm out in these woods. You're not supposed to be changing your oil out here. But I'm going to do it because I'm going to do it responsibly. Um, I've got to change it. I'm way overdue. It needs it. And this is a warm day. There's a chance I got to do it, so I'm going to do it. But I got my catch pan with me. I've been saving a couple of my tea jugs. I buy sweet tea in a jug. I've saved a couple of them. I'm going to pour the oil in my catch pan and pour it in these jugs and take it to a parts store when I get back to town. Not going to dump it all over the ground. I'm not saying y'all do that, but a lot of people do. So yeah, so I probably won't show very much of that process because I just want to hurry and get it knocked out, get it done. I don't want nobody be rolling up on me when I got the mechanic shop open here. But project number 2 is going to be, I'm going to install that exhaust fan today. I can't decide if I want to put it right here in that door or in this panel. Ideally, it should go right here. But I got to looking between the body of the van and this plastic thing. There's about a 3 to 4 inch gap. So if I cut a hole in the van and mount it there, and cut a hole here, I don't think that fan's long enough to reach this right here. So when you turn it on, it's just going to be, getting air from behind this. It won't really be pulling this air. So we'll check it out. I'll think about it. But anyway, let's get today started. It's still pretty crisp and cold out here. Sitting in the van, it was all nice and warm, and I could see the sun shining. I thought, "Ooh, let's get this day started." Man, it's a little cold. All right, but I got what I'm gonna need. I got my catch pan. I got my oil, the tools I'm gonna need to change it, and that's my oil filter. Man, got out in this cold air and my motivation went away. The phone says it's 37 degrees, which, after it being 15 and 3 degrees and -1, that feels like summertime. But that wind come off that water has got a bite to it. So I think I'm gonna hang around here just for a minute or two, see if it just warms up a little bit more. It's only 9:30. So get it to warm up a little bit more. And I want to get this project started, get my oil changed before people really start getting out and roaming around out here. We're back at that, remember the place I brought you to has the well they filled up with trash? We're back at that site. Somehow today I got to climb up there and clean my panel. It's pretty dirty. I don't know quite how I'm going to do that shit. I could shimmy up the door. I hate doing that because that's hard on the hinges. It's really not good for it, but I gotta clean it. I was going to order me one of them foldable ladders, the telescoping ladders. I just haven't got around to it yet. I need to do it. All right, I'm rambling, making this video long. Let me get off here. I'm gonna pull it around for a few minutes, see if it's gonna warm up any more, and then I'm gonna get started on it. And then my main focus is gonna be installing that fan. It's probably gonna go right there. That's the door. There's a seam. Here's outside. Probably gonna go right here. I would like to put it back here, but I don't know. We'll just play around and see how it goes. But I'll bring you back for that and try to show you more of this. And probably won't show you the oil change because I just want to get it in there, get it done, knock it out. We'll focus more on the fan. So I'll see you here in a little bit. All right, I got my oil changed. There's the empty oil jug. And I've got my oil, the catching pan I got right there hid, because right when I got done, I got my jugs out. I was going to fill them up, pour the oil in the jugs, and a bunch of people pulled up. I don't know, they're gone now, but one truck went down there with some people in it, a Jeep went that way, then a car parked right here. It's like they knew what I was doing. But anyway, they didn't see me. You're not supposed to do this kind of stuff out here. It's a big no-no, and I know better, but you know, I'm gonna be responsible and not pour stuff on the ground and throw my trash in the woods like that. And anyway, the point is, I've got everything. I had to hide everything because I didn't want to get in trouble for doing what I know I'm not supposed to do. So anyway, the point is, I got that done. Now we're gonna start on the. If y'all wondering why you keep seeing that, that's my trash. I put it up there at night so the critters can't get into it and scatter it out. Because I don't want the old stinky trash, food scraps and stuff in there smelling. So now we're going to get started on the fan project. I'm apprehensive. I'm scared to cut a hole in my van. But I think I'm going to put it right here. I want it down there, but I just don't think it's going to work. I mean, it'll work right here, but because of that plastic body panel, there's too big of a gap, and it won't poke out this side of it, and that's going to be defeating the purpose, because when you turn it on, it'll just be drawing air out from behind that plastic thing and not pulling air out here. And yes, it's trashed. It's the weekend. I don't have to make my bed. So let me get started on that. I think I'm gonna mark it on this side instead of the outside, so I know, you know, I don't hit this rib right here on each side of it. I want to be dead square there. So I think I've sat here and made my decision. I'm gonna put it in the door. I mean, once the hole is there, but because I got plans. The reason I'm now that I'm sitting there thinking about it, leaning towards putting it in the door, because later on this summer I can use that hole for something else. Possibly a vent for a portable AC. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me get all my supplies gathered up, get my nerves up to cut the hole, and we'll get started on this project. All right, I'm getting started on the project. First step was I separated the fan from the vent itself. I picked me out a location and marked it on the door. And now we're going to drill the holes. I'm going to drill a hole in each corner here. Oop, too far. So I can get my jigsaw in there and cut that out. This is the point of no return. Here we go. All right, I've got some of my holes drilled. I think I'm only going to do 3. I drilled the holes so I can get my jigsaw blade in there and cut across. So let me get that put together, and then, man, you don't know how nerve-wracking it is for me to cut holes in my van. But let me get my jigsaw together. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, and then I'll bring you back. All right, I've cut it out. There's a piece of metal out of my van. No turning back now. So what I need to do is get my sealer so I can seal this up around here and put the vent part itself on. So let me get that real quick. All right, I pre-drilled my hose for the outside vent. I know the lighting's bad, folks. I'm out here in the woods doing this redneck production. If you can see them right there, right there. And I got the vent, outside vent sealed. What I'm using is this leak stopper repair sealant. Bought it at Walmart. It's really good stuff. I'm impressed with it so far. So what I need to do now is put that fan up there, put that vent on the other side, and screw them two together. I need both my hands to do that, so let me get that done and I'll bring you back. All right, just to show you what I'm doing so far, I've inserted 2 screws in between the fan and the vent. just to keep them lined up. And now I'm screwing the vent into the door. Got my sealer in there. The lighting's bad, I know, but I'm gonna finish. Man, that thing tracks dirt so bad. I'm gonna finish screwing these in, and then we'll go to the inside and finish it. All right, I got it installed. I got the 4 corners of the fan screwed in. This is the screws from the outside. I'm gonna cut them off here in just a minute. Got the fan, or the, what do you call it? Oh, my mind's going blank. I got this piece installed, sealed up. Now what I'm gonna do later on, not today because I don't have any, but I'm gonna get me a can of green, some kind of green paint, olive green or something like this or whatever. Scuff this plastic up and paint it so it'll blend in. But I think that's all I'm gonna do for right now. The electrical I can do tonight on the inside. It's no problem. So I think since it's such a beautiful day out, I'm gonna end, well, I'm not gonna end the project. I'm gonna put it on pause right now and enjoy this beautiful day, beautiful sunshine. And then later on tonight, you know, when it gets dark and cold, I can finish this on the inside. So I'll see you folks later on tonight. Okie pokey, it's a little later in the day. Still a beautiful sunny day out there, but it's bothering me. I couldn't just let this go. So this was like 3 hours later, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and hook the fan up. The fan's over there. I mounted it in the door. I wanted it there. Well, we're not gonna get into all that again, but we're gonna hook this up and see how it works. We're gonna use it for a couple weeks, week or two, see how good it does. And if, like I've told you previously, if it does a pretty good job, I'm gonna put one on the other side of the van. And then we'll worry about, because the other side looks just like this, has that plastic. We'll worry about that gap. We'll come up with something on that. But I feel like, you know, I'm cooking right here. I feel like steam's what I'm wanting to get out of here. You know, when I'm cooking, the steam and everything, and kind of the old, you know, the old food smell you get in a closed space. I feel like no further than that is. That should pull it out, but we'll see how it goes. But I got all the stuff I'm gonna need. I got some scrap wire. I think I got enough. Black for ground, red for hot. Got my connectors, my tape, my stripper. Got some heat shrink and a few more connectors. Now y'all know I'm not good at recording projects like this, so pretty much I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure out my length of wire I need to go from there to this switch right here. And I gotta have quite a bit of slack. I'm gonna leave quite a bit of slack in it, hanging down. So if, I shouldn't need to, but just in case I need to open that door, I have enough slack in the wire to do it. So let me get all this figured out, and then I'll bring you back and I'll try to show you me putting it together. All right, I'm a little short on my ground wire. I've got this piece and I've got this piece. Now I know the lighting's bad, don't get on to me. That's just how we do things. But okay, this one's too short and this one's too short. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna butt slice them together. Now, excuse me. Excuse me. Whew. Anyway, that'll give me enough length to go from the switch to the fan. So first thing I need to do, I need to get me a butt connector. I think this one has the right size in it. Yeah. These things are so hard to get open. So get me a butt connector out and get me a heat shrink out. Let's see, which one do I need? This one should do. Yeah. So I got my butt connector and I got my heat shrink tube. So what I need to do on each end of the wire, let me try my other light, see if it's any better. No, not really. It's the, yeah, that one ain't no good either. It's because the sun It's sunny out there. It's got it looking dark in here. First thing I need to do is strip this end right here. So we'll get that done real quick. And I always like to give the end of my wire a little twist so it don't fray out on me. And then we need to strip this other end. This is that second piece I have. We need to strip that end. I need to give me some new strippers. These here are, I just never liked them. I mean, they do the job. Don't get me wrong. They get the job done. I just don't like them. All right. I know you can't always see, but I got that stripped, so I give the end a little twist. I'm gonna take the butt connector and put on one wire. Got it on there, and now we're gonna take our crimper and give her a little squeeze. Seat that down on there. All right. Now, on our other wire, got the sniffles again today. We've already got it stripped. We're going to take this heat shrink, slide it over the wire, and then this one has the butt connector on it. We're going to take this wire and put in that butt connector and crimp it down. Give it a good twist here. Seat it all the way up in there. Take our crimping tool. Squeeze it down. So now we've joined these two wires together. And then we'll take my heat shrink tube and slide over that connection. And probably should have got one a little bit bigger, but this one works. All right, I got the heat shrink over the connection. It's better if you got a heat gun or something, but you can just take a regular old lighter. Try not to catch it on fire, and just heat it up and let that shrink down on there. Just like so. Now that should be well protected. All right. So I'm gonna pause this camera because this is gonna be a long deal. I'm gonna do the same thing. Well, not really the same thing. I think I got enough red wire, but I'm gonna put my ends on it, run it to the fan over there, and do the same kind of connections. I'm gonna put a butt connector on it, heat shrink tube, then run it over here to the switch. So let me get some of this done and I'll bring you back. All right, you can see I got the fan wired up. We did the same thing. Butt connectors, heat shrink. I got the wire ran down through here underneath the cabinet, going that direction. Before I do anything else, I want to wrap this up, get all this nice and neat, and get the length right, and then stretch it tight underneath here, and then I'm going to cut it on this side. So let me get started on this. I'm going to wrap that, figure out about how much slack I need to be able to open the door, and we'll get this part buttoned up. All right, I got them wires cleaned up over there, got them wrapped. I did one wrap around the fan so it wouldn't be pulling on the connections up inside the fan. I thought I had some of them cable holder things I was going to put in the wall here. I can't find them, so we'll get them later at Walmart or something. But I got it right behind the cabinet, coming out here, ready to put the ends on. So what I'm going to do now, see them little connectors, or them little things right here? I'm going to put some of these connectors here on the end of my wires so they'll hook on that. So let me get that done. All right, I got the end of my wire stripped here. So what we're going to do, we're going to give her a twist. Then we're going to take this connector, push the wire up in there. Take our crimping tool. I'm using a blue. See how the connector has a blue end on it? And the crimping tool has a blue dot. That shows you which spot to put it in to squeeze it down. It's kind of hard to do in front of the camera. I don't know why. It messes with my vision. So we give that a good squeeze. Make sure that's tight. Then we're going to do the same thing to the red wire, the positive wire. Give her a twist, get all the fray ends off. I feel one grabbing. Give her another twist. What we're trying to do is put it up in that little hole right there. There it went. Went that time. Got blue connector, blue dot. Give her a good squeeze. All right. Now, we're getting down to the final steps. I can't remember. Let's see if I can tilt this a little bit. There we go. I can't remember which one is hot and which one is ground. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the switch on. Oh, why didn't the switch come on? They used to work. Let me investigate what's going on here and I'll be right back. All right, I figured out what's going on here. I used this in my other camper van build, and the way I wired it up, you can see that light's on now. It's off. I jumped hot wire off this gauge light right here because of where this was located. I didn't want to run 30 foot of hot wire, so what I'm gonna have to do, I gotta figure out a ground for the fan. I'm probably going to ground it underneath here off this switch more than likely, and then hook this hot wire right here and it should work. So I gotta get underneath this counter. Let me get underneath here and figure out what's going on, what I need to do, then I'll bring you back. All right, folks, I got it figured out. Had to run me a ground underneath. So when I hooked this hot wire up, my ground's down there. Had to ground in on another circuit. The hot wire for the fan is right here in between. This one I've got a hold of, this one right here. So I'm gonna push it up on this. Man, this little tedious stuff's hard to do when you got big hands like me. So that's on there. So when I flip this switch, in theory, that fan should come on. Here we go. Oh, there it goes. Yes. And guess what? With that door open and that door, I got my driver's door open, I can still feel air moving in here. That's pretty cool. Now, it does like the power. Watch my voltmeter. My refrigerator's on right now. Well, it just kicked off. Look how much power it uses when I turn this on. Man, that thing draws some power, brother, let me tell you. Woo. So yeah, we'll just be using that whenever we're cooking. I can tell you right now, I'm trying to get this button snapped back down in there and straight. There we go. I can tell you right now, I probably won't buy a second one just because of the power usage. I mean, that thing is power hungry. Wow. Yeah, that thing really likes power. So, that pretty much sums up how not to wire in a fan. Now, I've done committed myself to that fan. I've done put a hole in there, done screwed it in. It's going to stay. I've done committed to it. I'm not real excited about that power usage. Man, that's insane. That dropped, see, 13.4. I can't do the math in my head. It dropped a lot. That's, I got to see that again. Hang on. Down to 12.1 initially, then it starts coming back up. That's, wow. Yeah, that's my mind is. How can that little fan draw that much power? But it's there. We're committed. Like I said, we're committed. We done put it in there. We're committed to it. It's staying. Now the reason I chose to put it right there because later on, well, reasons like this. If I happen to not like it, I'm thinking about this summer putting a portable AC in here, and I'm gonna need a place to vent out. So that's the reason I went ahead and put it in the door. So worst case scenario, we can use that hole for the air conditioner vent. But I think that's going to be okay. I think it's going to work just fine because I'm not going to be running it 24/7. Just whenever I'm cooking, just to get some of that moisture out, that steam out, stuff like that. So it's going to be all right, folks. It's going to be fine. But my initial impressions right now, the fan works great with both these doors open. Right here, in my little kitchen area, I call it. I felt air moving right through here. I think it moves a ton of air. But based on first initial impressions, I don't think I'm gonna order another one. Now let me use this thing a week or two. I may fall in love with it. I doubt it, but I might. But as of right now, I probably won't order another one. But I could. I'm not gonna hold myself to that. I possibly could. Of course, right now we're in the wintertime. Sun's low in the sky. I don't get much solar. Now it's something I definitely won't be running at nighttime. One thing, it's too loud, and two, the power usage. But come this spring and summer when the sun's higher in the sky and I'm getting more solar, it probably won't be that big of a deal. I'm cooking, which I won't be doing a lot of cooking here in the summer, but you can run it more and it won't drain your batteries bad. But anyway, folks, that's it. I did the best I could. I know I'm not the best instructor on YouTube, but that's just how my brain works. I like to. I got a rock in my pants. I got a hole in my knee on my pants, and there's a rock down there. But anyway, I do the best I can. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Would I recommend that fan to anybody? No, not really. Not if you're trying to say your power system's really small, or you use a power bank or something like that. I wouldn't recommend it. Just from what I just saw, I don't think it'd be good for you. Now, if you got a huge old system, you got 500 amp hours worth of battery and you got 1,000 watts of solar on the roof. Yeah, you don't see you have any problem. That'd actually be good for venting out, say, your garage area. Turn it on for 30, 40 minutes, let it vent out your little garage area or something like that. I think it'd be great for that. But practical everyday use, based on what I've seen just now, nah, I'd say get you a roof vent probably. And I've been thinking, I know this video's turning long. I was trying to keep it short. I said I wasn't going to put a roof vent in here, but I've caught myself 4 or 5 times trying to turn it on. After being in this van for a while, my mind's went back to my old blue van. I feel like I'm in the old blue van again, but I keep reaching for that fan. It's not there. I might mess around and put one in. I don't know yet. I really don't want to cut a big hole in the roof. I really don't. This summer's going to tell the story because it's hot, folks. Living in a van is hot in the summer. And if I don't do the portable AC, which that's not definite either, it's just an ideal I got. Because it's so, in this area here, it's so humid and unbearable in the summer. You can't stay in a van. So I'm trying to find ways that I can make it comfortable for me. So I don't know. You may end up seeing me punching a hole in the roof and putting a MaxxAir fan or something and putting in there. But anyway, I'm going to end this video right here because I could ramble for hours. I got the oil change today. That was my main goal. I had to get the oil change. I'm very picky on that. I don't like going 1 mile over, and I was about 50 miles over, and that was really eating at me. But we got that changed today. We got that done. The fan was a secondary project. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to do it, but we got it done. Need to tidy it up a little bit. Get me one of the cable holders. That way it stays up against the wall and don't get snagged. We'll get that tomorrow probably. And the rest of the day, I'm just going to hang out. Got me some hamburger meat thawing out. I think I'm going to make me a couple burgers. And just sit around and be fat and happy today. So anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging around with me. Thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate everybody who watches. like I've said it a dozen times, it's very humbling that somebody will take the time out of their busy day to watch somebody like me. So I really appreciate it. Anywho, I think that's it. Till I see y'all next time. Oh, say hello to my friends, family, new subscribers. Get out there and enjoy life. Don't waste it. It's short. Till I see you next time. God bless you.